Hey, uh, I'm just kind of bored and drunk, and I feel like putting a video on YouTube. That's the kind of life that I have. Really fun. Nah, it ain't that bad. But, anyways, it's been a rough winter. Really rough winter. It's been a rough year, actually. Kind of rough all the way around, you know. I moved back here to Indiana back in July of 2014. I left my wife that I was with because she was really crazy. And when I say she was really crazy, most people would assume, yeah, yeah, whatever. She's a female. Of course she's crazy, you know? And but no, I'm being serious. She was certifiably psychotic. Okay, I've been around the block. I know my females. We all know women are crazy. We all know this, okay? And we just accept it because, not that it's okay, which I don't care who you are or what your reasoning is. In my opinion, there is no excuse to be a fucking bitch just because you're a goddamn woman. That's the way I look at it. But there's nothing we can really do about it, so we're left with no choice but to accept it. So we accept it. We know that women are crazy because they're allowed to be, okay? But she just wasn't on that scale. She was certifiably psychotic. Certifiably, you know. I would bet every penny I have in my pocket, which is about $1,000, that if she was to go into a psychiatrist's office and be honest about the things that go on in her head for about 5 minutes, she could probably draw a check. She was nuts. Okay? Now, why did I marry her? You may ask yourself. Here's why. Back when I was in my early 20s, I was a party animal. All I really cared about was getting fucked up and playing music. I was in a local band and, having fun. That was basically my life. That's basically all I cared about. And picking up women was, one of the things that I like to do, which I don't know how I was able to do it, but, because especially back when, I'm not much to look at or talk to now, but especially back when I was in my early 20s, I really wasn't too much to look at, but somehow I was able to do it. I guess it all just depends on, what you say and how you say it when it comes to females, but she wanted to bring a boy toy into the bedroom with her and her girlfriend. And I said, that sounds interesting. Can I put my name on that list? Can I sign up for that? What dude wouldn't? You hear a girl saying and posting online and shit that, oh, I'm in a relationship with a girl. We're getting kind of bored. We want a boy toy. What dude wouldn't be like, sign me up, So I did, and she was very quick to accept the offer and became very, 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 very obsessed with me. Yeah, beyond, what most crazy, I've never seen a woman go this crazy over anybody, let alone me. But, yeah, so I went ahead and dealt with it for a while. There was a couple perks to this. First off, she was bisexual. She loved bringing other women into the bedroom, which, by the way, she left her girlfriend for me, but still loved bringing other women into the bedroom. She loved watching me have sex with other women. That's a win-win, dude. What dude would not jump on that, And I was into drugs at the time. Pretty bad. I was a pretty considerable pill addict. And her dad was the biggest drug dealer in the city at the time. He's dead now because he ended up becoming hooked on what he was selling and overdosed and died. But so basically, I didn't like her from the get-go. I felt sorry for her because she was very persistent and very like emotional and very like, kind of like, oh, I'm so obsessed with you, I love you, this and that, whatever. But yeah, so it was kind of a pity relationship at first. And as many of you guys have heard women say, which this is what she spit me, I can't get pregnant. I'll tell you right now, don't trust those words when they come out of a woman's mouth. I'm not the only one who, suffers from the after effects of a woman telling you that. Like, you can just get up in her and let loose, with nothing to worry about. But, I was young and dumb and I didn't think things through like that, But, so, long story short, first daughter comes along. By the way, she had been talking about marriage this whole time. Now, marriage was not something that I was a fan of at all, whatsoever. I don't care. It would have taken me a lot to marry this woman, which she wasn't really even that much to look at, in my opinion. She had a decent body, but I'm not too much of a face guy. As long as you have, as long as you got the body kicking, that's about all I need. You can have a pretty busted face, and as long as your tits and your ass make up for it, and I'm a happy camper. And that was pretty much the story of her. And first kid comes along. Anyways, talking about marriage. Ain't happening. No. Then, second kid's coming along. Still begging me to marry her. And I thought to myself, in my young 23-year-old mind, well, I got one with her and one on the way. Either way, I'm going to be stuck with this bitch my whole life. Which I'm now learning, no, I'm not. Now, yes, I am a full-time single father. So don't take that to mean that I ditched my family. No, I got the kids too. So, now I'm learning that no, I would not be stuck with her my whole life. And I thought I would be at the time. So I said, well, might as well. That's the way I was raised. You got a family going on. Might as well marry her and just kind of do what you got to do as a man. And that's what I tried to do. And I knew it was a mistake. Everybody knew it was a mistake. Everybody tried to tell me. Didn't want to listen. But, what can you do when you know everything and you're young? I don't know. But that's pretty much the story behind it. Until, it was horrible. It was very verbally abusive. I was the only one working and paying the bills. And I would walk in the door and hear what a worthless, low-life deadbeat I was because I put the toilet paper roll on backwards. Things along that line were pretty much a daily occurrence, almost. And, yeah. So, whenever she went out and flattened my tire, because I stayed away and didn't come home because I was so tired of walking in the door and her telling me what a worthless, low-life deadbeat I was for going to work and paying her bills and paying the rent for her and being the only provider that she had or the kids had, the entire time that I was with her. I was so tired of hearing that and just so sick of it that I didn't come home one day from work. I went out and hung out with a couple buddies and had a couple drinks. And I came home and she got so mad Not only did she start throwing stuff at me, but she went outside and slashed my tire. All right, at this point, not at this point, I mean, this point happened several years back, but at this point, there is no denying or turning away from the fact that you're either working with me or working against me. And if you are going to intentionally disable the vehicle that gets me to and from work so that your bills and your rent can be paid and your kids can be provided for, then you're working against me. I'm out. So I packed up and left. I'm a full-time single father now. She gave me a call a couple months later and said, come get the kids. I can't do it. So that's my story in a nutshell. Is anybody else anywhere near that? I don't know. It seems strange. Whenever you hear of a single parent, it's 9 times out of 10 it's the woman. But I mean, it's me doing it now. I'm doing it by myself, and I'm a man, and it's very, 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 very difficult. Give me your input on that if you can. I don't know. Anyways, it's probably about time for me to get to bed. I'm gonna have a couple more beers, and I'm gonna knock out. Give me your input. Tell me what you think. Peace.